Hi, loving greetings to you. And the topic that we're going to cover now is, what does it mean when your husband makes excuses for everything? For everything. I'm Paul Friedman. I'm the founder of the Marriage Foundation. And this is kind of an interesting topic. The reason why it's interesting is because we can easily transfer this idea of excuses to what it means in the context of ourselves. It's not just your husband who makes excuses for things. Most people do so. And the reason they do is because they're afraid. They do not want to be held accountable. Now, before you call him a loser, he's not a loser. He is up against, and I'm telling you this because I want you to be compassionate and understanding. This is your husband. He is up against one of the greatest rivals of all, his own mind. You are up against your own mind. All of us are up against our minds because we are not taught this simple truth that would save us from so much suffering, and that is that we are in charge of our minds. Your husband wasn't taught that, you weren't taught that, and who's the we that I'm talking about? Who is it that is in charge of your mind? Let's talk about you. You are a soul, not a religious discussion, a simple truth. Even if you're an atheist, you're still a soul. You own your body. You don't belong to your body, right? Oh, this is my arm, this is my face, this is my leg. Yours, possessive. What about the mind? We have been fed so much misinformation because the father of psychology started out in a very reduced knowledge age. And they didn't know anything metaphysical. If it was at all metaphysical, they thought it was hocus pocus. But now we know. Thoughts are things. Vibrations are everywhere. The atoms are connected throughout the stars. They talk now. I was watching recently a video about this Webb telescope, and the gal there was talking about how we are stardust. We're all made of the same thing. We are all one. That consciousness of ourselves as an individual only exists because we have put barriers around ourselves. That's our ego. I. It's a small I. The big I, let's use the illustration of the ocean. In the ocean, the drop of water, I'm a drop of water floating in the sea. Until I move the barriers, then everything is me. Wow, that just came out. Thank you, God. You're a soul. You have a body. You have a mind. The body is driven by the drive to survive. That drive, we know that. It's empirical scientifically. We know that every living thing is driven by self-preservation, the drive to survive. And because we're human beings and we have these minds that are so intricate and work around everything, and they see things in weird ways, none of us see the same thing the same way. So your husband, that drive to survive, is manifesting in him as, I'm running away from this, by giving this bunch of BS about what happened. And that's what's going on. So what are you doing? If somebody has a broken arm, you don't reach out and say, shake my hand. You recognize through your compassion and caring that you don't want to disturb their arm. So you don't push the buttons that get your husband to make excuses. You don't acknowledge what's going on any more than you would say to a blind person, hey, you didn't see me the other day, I saw you at the mall. You don't say that. It's a weakness. He has a weakness. So do you. So do I. We don't point them out. We don't allude to them. We let it be. What we do instead, and this is the point of this entire video, is we love our spouse, man or woman, unconditionally, and see past their outer flaws right to the part that you married. You married your soulmate. You see their love, because that's what the soul is. And you fall in love with that soul every day, deeper and deeper. You rise above these temporary conditions. You rise above their flaws and your own. And you make everything about love. Isn't that so cool? Isn't that what we do at the Marriage Foundation that they should be doing everywhere? They should. And for that reason alone, you should subscribe and like it. I'm kidding. You can do whatever you want in that area. I really hope you have gotten the message here. The message is, don't worry about the little stuff. And it's all little stuff compared to the love, which is why you got married. I'm Paul Friedman. I founded the Marriage Foundation. Come see what we have to offer at our website. If you're ready to become a TMF marriage counselor, come take the course. It's so inexpensive. We did that on purpose. And we're going to have referrals. It's going to be amazing. Other than that, God bless you. See you next time, and take care.